Hey, this is Math Minutes Pro with Dr. Harrison. Today we're going to talk about dividing polynomials using a strategy called synthetic division. So let's go ahead and start. We have here an expression. It says n squared minus 3 times n minus 21 divided by n minus 7. Notice the numerator is written in standard form. This is a quadratic here. We have a times x squared plus b times x plus c, right? We have a trinomial in the numerator and a binomial in the denominator. So this is a fraction, but we also can view the fraction as division. With that in mind, the numerator is divided by the denominator. So this denominator is your divisor. Right? And the numerator is the dividend. And the answer that comes from this is referred to as the quotient, and we'll point that out later. I also want you to notice that in the denominator, we have n minus 7, and that represents x minus a. So keep that in mind, and I'll make that clear. Let's go ahead and set up the system for synthetic division. So I take the 7 here, and I place it here. We have x minus a, and we know that what goes here is a, okay? So if that were x plus 4, we would have a negative 4 there. So just keep that in mind. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the coefficients of the two terms. The coefficient of n squared is 1. The coefficient of n is negative 3. So I'm going to write the coefficient 1, negative 3, and then I'm going to write that constant negative 21. Okay, then I'm going to draw a line across here. That is setting things up so that we can perform the synthetic division algorithm or sequence of steps. So the first thing you do is you bring down 1. Okay, then after that, you're going to take this number here and multiply it by that. So 7 times 1 gives us 7. So I put 7 here. All right. And this arrow denotes that's where it goes. So 7 times 1 gives us 7. Now, one thing we need to remember is that we're going to be adding down. We're going to add down, okay? So every time I place a value here, I'm going to add down. So negative 3 plus positive 7 gives us a positive 4. That's what I mean when I say add down. Okay? Now, if you want to, you can even put a plus here if that helps you to remember. But you don't have to do that. All right. Now, we're going to multiply 7 times 4, which is going to give us 28. And then we're going to place that 28 here. So then that's 28. Very good. And then remember, we add down negative 21 plus a positive 28, and that's going to give us 7. I'll make the 7s look like that. Here we go. Okay. We're almost there. One thing we want to make mention of is this value right here, the last value here, that is your remainder. Okay, so I'm going to call that the remainder. We're going to need that in just a moment. Now, when you're preparing to write the final answer, you see these numbers here. This number represents a the decrease in this degree, n squared. So if you decrease it by 1, then this becomes 1 times n. 1 times n is simply n. So notice, this degree is 1 less than the original n squared, okay? And since that's positive and that's a positive, we write plus 4, right? We're following the standard form of a quadratic. You have x squared and then x. In this case, this is n, and what follows is c, the constant. Okay? So then we write plus, and we take the a, put that in the numerator, and then we take the divisor, n minus 7, put that in the denominator. Okay? And this is our final answer. Okay. Erase that a little bit and make that a little more explicit. Want everything to be clean, so bring that up a little bit. There we go. Now, this final answer is the quotient. Building your math vocabulary. So, what does this mean? The numerator, which is the dividend, divided by the denominator, which is the divisor, gives us the final answer, which is the quotient, n plus 4 plus 7 over n plus 7. And this concludes our problem of dividing polynomials using synthetic division. So thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Now don't forget to check out my Patreon page on my video description below. On my Patreon page, you can get access to exclusive math lessons, study tips, live Q&A, and more. See you next time.